During an 8-day theater festival, it's actually 6 plays. G, H, J, L, M, O will perform. There will be exactly one perform each day, subject to the following constraints. The play performed on day 1 must also be performed on day 5. Same one for 1. It's going to be the same one for 5. The play performed on day 2 must also be performed on day 7. So 2 and 7. M and O can be performed on exactly consecutive days. Cannot. So go ahead and put MO. Let's go ahead and draw it out. And then there's it. For at least one perform of H, the next play performed must be So for one play, H is gonna have and this is only gonna be for what you consider only happening once, at the minimum. There must be performance of J at some time before there is any performance of H. So J before H. Question 18. Which of the following could be the order in which the plays are performed from first to last? From the condition 1 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 meets 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everything meets from 1 to 5. So we're going to go ahead and put this in the position that's okay. 2 to 7. 2, 7, 2, 7, 2, 7, 2, 7, 2. That's not good on E, so eliminate E. Process of elimination, 2, 7 took out E. M, O cannot be next to each other for what you considered. And let's just verify it. M and O cannot be performed on consecutive days. If you look at choice C, it has M and O, so let's go ahead and remove choice C. HM 1 for one play. H is next. Okay, so HM's good here. HM is not good here. HM is okay here. J before H. J is after H and A, so go ahead and eliminate it. So let's make sure that there must be a performance of J at some time there is any performance of H. So J before H. So let's look for H, and we see J is before H here. Let's look for H, and we see J is after. So let's go to remove choice D. Process of elimination brings us choice A. Answer is going to be A with the following variables in order: G, J, H, M, G, L, J, O. So let me go and fix this up so actually it looks like it's proper. So G, J, H, M, G, L, J, O. So this would be the following what you would consider the proper world for this one. So this one works right now, so that's why I recorded it down. And with this one, we can actually refer back to it if we have any type of questions. Question 20. If O is performed on the third day, which of the following could be true? So we're going to have O signified, highlighted on the third day. That's not going to be able to move out the way. And we're going to go ahead and put the remainder of the variables as quickly as possible, with remembering that the information needs to be as followed, that 1 and 5 need to be the same. And we're going to have what you consider 2 and 7 is going to be the same. And then from there, we're just going to make sure we apply the rules that we have J before H. And this isn't going to work because we have to have H and M somewhere where you consider in a position. So let's put H and M here. And then I'm going to go ahead and put M over here because 1 and 5 have to be together. Now I'm going to leave what you consider, I'm going to have to put what you consider J here, just because it needs to be J before H. And then I'm going to put it in a position where I'm going to have L. Then I'm going to be in a position to put the final letter, what you consider the variable G. And this marks it off as a good world right now, so we're going to use this one to play with. G is performed on day 2. H is performed on day 2. L is performed on day 1. L is performed on day 7. M is performed on day 7. So right now I have created 2 worlds so that we can get a better choice which could be true. So for question 20, it says that G is performed on day 2. That could be true. So we can go ahead and leave that. It says H is performed on day 2. We don't see that. L is performed on day 1. That could be true. L is performed on day 7. We don't see that. M is performed on day 7. We do see that. So it's between these 2 that we don't see. For this question, I'm going to teach you a strategy, kind of known as the method, called coin flip. So for question 20, we're going to see that O has to be in the 3rd place. So what we did was put 3 worlds, and we put the two worlds where O is in the 3rd place. Now for the L, it's going to be going in a position known as a coin flip, where you can have G underneath it, and the G on top in the 2nd world is going to be going a coin flip. You can have L flipped with it. What that means that in another world, that L and G here, they can flip with each other. So it doesn't have to be L on top. It could be actually be G, and G here on top here, it could actually be flipped with L, or I could be actually flipped back to where it was with G. It's kind of known like consider a coin flip. So with this being said, we got 2 worlds. We're using the coin flip as one method, and then we're going to use a method known as process of elimination, POE. A, ghost is performed on the 2nd day. If you look at day 2, we don't see G, and also we don't see a possible coin flip. So let's go ahead and eliminate it. With H is performed on day 2, we do see it right here. And for those of you guys who are having trouble seeing it, I'm going to go ahead and circle it for you. What I'm talking about, H is seen right here on day 2. The number position. So I'm going to put the number 2 right there so we can see it better. So with this thing could be true, you can just go ahead and select the first one because that must be true. Must be true means that it has to be true no matter what. So this H will be seen in another world. So in other words, must be true would be considered like O. Where O's in 3rd position, that must be true in all the worlds. This is just asking for could be true. Kind of consider a possibly what could be true, what could take place. And for could be true, you can select the first one that's considered sufficient. And for this one, H in the 2nd place is sufficient, seeing how we don't see G possible 2nd place. So with that being said, answer B, H is performed on day 2. For question 21, if H is performed on day 2, which of the following could be true? For this method, I fill out one word with H's in 2. I'm going to use the method called coin flip to fill this out as much as possible, show you what we can get from this. So we see J, H, O, L, J, G, H, M, and they want to know right now which of the following could be true. So it says G is in 1. G is not going to be able to 1 because if you do the coin flip trick, if you put G here, you see that H is in 2, and according to the conditions, J has to be before H. So we go remove choice A. J is on day 3. If you do the coin flip trick and put J in 3, you have J after H, and according to the conditions, J needs to be before H. So this condition right here is preventing the first 2 from allowing it to be an option. So go ahead and remove it. Now saying L is an 8, want to go ahead and make sure that's possible first. So what we want to do is just go ahead and do the coin flip trick as much as possible. Put L here. Now it says M and 4. To make that possible too, put M here. And O in 5th. So with O in 5th, O is going to be here, but according to the conditions, M and O is not going to be able to be in place, so O is not going to be able to be in that position. So let's go ahead and remove O as a now. And by filling this rest of the game piece out with the same rules applies, we see that J is going to be here, so J is going to be in 5th. H is going to be in 2nd. And then we're going to put H over here. And then from there, we're going to have these two spots that are left. We see that H and M have to be together in somehow position. So with that being said, we're going to have a difficult time putting M over here in this position because M has to be technically over here. So let's go ahead and remove M from that choice. Process of elimination and also the coin flip was able to give us choice L. So let's see if we're correct. And the answer is going to be C. L is performed on day 8. I hope that trick kind of helps you out with the coin flip. It's just kind of like a fast way to being able to see which possibility is an option. And if we could just complete this game board just so we can get just make sure that everything's complete in order. These two worlds work out together right now for this. So we can use these 4 worlds that we created to answer the remainder of the questions right now. And this is for question 21. So I'm going to put write down question 21 with H is going to be in what you consider the 3rd position. Question 22 is asking for a similar question. It wants to know if M is in the 2nd position, then what will be the possibility that we can see that determine what must be true. So this is going to be asked for must be true. So we already know that if M is already in that position, we have to have what you consider J before H, and then we're going to have to have H before M. So let's just make sure that we have J here in this position right here. J is going to have to be automatically in 5th. And since J is in 5th, M is going to automatically be in what you consider this position right here. And that goes for all the worlds. They want what you consider an H in front of it, so we're going to put H here. And we're going to put the O somewhere that's not next to J. And being advised, we got G. And with G, we can do a coin flip that it could be L. And also, we got L here, and just a little bit of a coin flip that it could be G. Now, according to the conditions, all of this world that we created right here meets the conditions. So let's go ahead and see if we can see what must be true. G is performed on day 6. We actually don't see that right now, so no. H is performed on day 3. We don't see that as well. J is performed on day 1. That actually must be true. L is in 8. We also see that as possible as well. And O is in 4. We do see that as a possibility as well. So the last 3 we do see as a possibility. Let's make sure that we can go ahead and make sure this is in the conditions. J, 1, 5, 2, 7, M, O, and then you're going to have J before H. And H, M have to be next to each other. Okay, so let's see if J could be in 1, that's allowed. L can be in 8, that is going to be allowed as well. O is going to be in 4, that also is allowed. So with these 3 options, since